You have to move your body more. It's that simple.
Sometimes it works out and sometimes it don't. Sometimes you win some.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about the fitness habit of getting 10K steps a day. Of course, in most instances, getting 10,000 steps a day does seem like a lot, but that's why in this video, I'm gonna make sure that I share tips and tricks with you and hacks for life that really don't make it feel like a chore, but just feel like something that's enjoyable and a part of your daily routine. I promise it can feel very easy to hit this goal, and it can even be fun if you mix in some of the things that I'm gonna be sharing. So today I'm going to be walking you through exactly how I hit my 10K step a day goal plus more without spending hours on the treadmill. If you're new here, hi, my name is Amber. I'm a holistic lifestyle coach and I'm on a personal journey to improve my health and fitness over a 12-week period. If you're just popping in now, we are on week 7, but don't worry, all of the other weeks are also recorded. And I encourage you all to check in with me as well. If you're working on certain goals, it does not have to be health and fitness related. I just want to know how you're doing and if there's anything that I can assist you with throughout this process. So with wanting to have a healthier lifestyle, one of the things that was tied to that was wanting to lose a certain amount of weight by a certain point in the year. Now, in reality, I had to be honest with myself. I was not moving enough. I was not getting enough steps. On average, I was hitting maybe 3,000 a day. Now that's mostly because I work from home, but also because I just wasn't paying enough attention and wasn't making the effort. You have to be willing to make the effort. Sometimes it really is that simple. Just like I'm planning everything else into my day, I have to plan my movement into my day as well. And simply working out once a day was not cutting it. I did not see any progress and actually weight starting to move off of my body until I started consistently walking 10,000 steps a day and added that on top of my daily workout. Now, I'm not saying you have to do both. If you are just getting into it, just try to move more. 10,000 steps was something that was used to market this idea of walking more when they were like coming out with the odometers and Apple Watches and trying to promote those products. But I am here to tell you it does really work. But again, for me, I didn't start going from 3,000 straight up to 10,000. I was like, okay, can I increase to 5,000? Then the next week I went to 6, next week to 7, 8, 9. And now I'm consistently walking 10,000 steps a day and it doesn't feel like something that's difficult to do. And it's surprising if I don't hit the goal or if I don't go over because it's become such a consistent part of my life. And I will say something that helps as well is kind of realizing where the other perks come in from walking. Yes, it boosts your energy, but there are so many other things as well. Of course, it does aid in weight loss, but it really helps with my lymphatic system, which has been a huge help to my health overall. Walking is also a great mood booster, especially the way that I do it. So if you want to make it something that brings you joy, that's fun, but also has a ton of benefits, this is the video for you and this is the channel for you as well. So please subscribe and join the community. Now, I will definitely say walking is one of the most underrated forms of fitness, especially for your lymphatic system. Unlike our hearts, our lymphatic system does not have a built-in pump, so we have to help it release the toxins from our body that are causing things like bloating and fatigue. Having a healthy lymphatic system also boosts your immune system, and it keeps the circulation of the blood in your body going strong. So literally every time you are taking a step, you are working on so many different parts of your body internally and externally. So just do the work. Now, this video is going to be sectioned into 3 different blocks and then a bonus tip as well that really helps me to get my steps in each day. We have our productive walk, our errand walk, our evening walk, and the bonus tip that I'm going to share a little bit about later. So typically I love to start my day with my productive walk. I usually tack this on right after I do my workout, and I only walk for about 30 to 45 minutes. This is a great opportunity for me to do things that I need to get done and knock out in the morning anyway. So I'm responding to emails, checking in on different projects. Sometimes I'll even scroll social media to find like content sounds or different content ideas that I want to use for the week. It is honestly one of my favorite ways to multitask because I'm paying such attention to what I'm doing that it doesn't necessarily feel like I'm walking. I'm just walking while I work. Also, if I have a morning meeting for work, this is a great opportunity for me to walk. Personally, I am not great at typing and walking. I think like it just feels like my laptop is too far away from where I'm walking at and like I have to stretch my arms out. I don't like that. So I don't do a ton of typing on my computer while I'm walking. However, I will attend webinars and Zoom meetings while I'm walking because I don't need to be on my computer and I can easily unmute and talk if I need to without feeling like I'm out of breath or like I'm winded. I will say speed is important if you are using a treadmill. I use a walking pad. I will link the one that I use. I just upgraded to this one and I'm absolutely loving it. It is from Amazon. Typically I walk on 2.7 and that helps me to hit my goals and be able to get my steps steps in for the day. But basically, work, walk, listen to a podcast, something productive, do a habit stack in the morning, and that's gonna help jolt your day into a great jump start. And you're already gonna be starting off ahead with around 5,000 steps between your workout and walking on the treadmill for that 30 to 45 minutes. And basically, you're gonna feel like you've already been productive for the day. You already have this boost of encouragement. Like if you hit 5,000, why not keep going and double that and make it 10? It just seems so much easier because you already achieved that earlier in the day. Next up, we have my favorite, which are errand walks. There are things that all of us have to go do, so why not incorporate walking into that? So if I'm going to the store, I'll park a little bit further out so I can get those extra steps going from the car into the store. If I'm in the store and I'm browsing, I'm gonna walk around multiple aisles, go up and down, get my steps in. And the place that I've been loving going to lately is the garden center because I get kind of like that outside exposure to the sun while also walking and looking at beautiful things. So there's definitely a lot of perks of just walking around the garden center, looking at the different plants and flowers. And because you are so immersed in like this beautiful space, you're not again paying attention to how many steps you are actually getting. So you would be surprised on how going on an errand and being more thoughtful about where you're going, where you're parking can make a big impact into your routine. Also, if you live in a walkable city or if it's an errand that you can walk to, that is even better. When I was going to in-class Pilates, I made sure the Pilates studio was within walking distance from my house so I could easily get my steps in, go to Pilates, grab some type of drink, and then walk back home. And then that way it was very nice for me to be able to get where I'm going, but at the same time, still be able to get those steps in. So whatever your errand is, just think, can I get 50 more steps if I park further away? Can I get 50 more steps if I go on the other side of the store and look at this item over here? It doesn't have to be complicated. It just has to be something that you get used to doing. Now let's talk about the evening walk. I know sometimes in the evening we're pretty tired, but if you make it something fun or something that you're looking forward to, it's a lot easier to finish up your steps in the evening. So I try to do this before dinner. Sometimes I'll do it after dinner, just kind of depending on what the schedule is looking like, but it can actually be very relaxing. So sometimes I use this evening walk as an opportunity to catch up with a friend. So I'll either go walking with a friend at a nearby park, or we can have like a virtual chit chat catch up session, whether we're talking on the phone or FaceTiming or both walking together. And it just seems like we're having a little girly chatty catch up and doing like a walk and talk, not necessarily like I'm trying to hit this goal by the end of the day. Other times I'm not interacting with anyone, but I'm enjoying myself because I will pop on one of my favorite YouTube weekly vlog girlies, and those are usually about an hour. And because I'm like, oh, I want to know what happens in the vlog, I end up walking way longer because I'm just watching the vlog, seeing what the girls are doing, what are we wearing, where are we going, are we traveling, and it's just like a fun experience. I could be sitting down watching the weekly vlog, so why not watch it while I'm on the treadmill? And that also gives me an opportunity to like kind of catch up and have some time for like fun, recreation, but at the same time make sure that I'm staying focused and working on my goals. And so it's a great way to get those steps in, again, without feeling like you're just stuck on this treadmill because you have to hit this certain step count. And lastly, it's time to talk about my favorite way to get some bonus steps in throughout the day. This particular hack is great because it increases your movement, it gets your heart rate up, but it's also a fantastic mood booster. I love to incorporate dance breaks within my day. Literally that 3 to 5 minutes between different tasks can give you such an energy boost, such a mood boost, and you can get usually like 300 to 500 steps or more depending on what type of dancing you're doing. So because I wear my Apple Watch, it'll give me like the notification, hey, it's time to stand. If there is no reason that I can't stand up at that point, I stand up, I put on some music, and I use that as like just a little dance break time during the day. And so that's getting multiple breaks of standing and getting my steps in, getting my heart rate up throughout the day that don't feel like a chore again. They actually feel fun, they feel exciting, and it's a great opportunity for me to increase my movement doing something that does not take a long time. I really want y'all to understand, like, it does not have to be time consuming. Even if you start with just doing a little dance break after you eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, that is fantastic. You can get up to 1,500 steps by just doing that. So don't make it complicated. Remember, immerse yourself in this world. Be that woman who is healthy, who is fit, who does move her body on a regular basis. And these extra things aren't going to feel like they're extra. They're just going to start feeling like they're a part of your routine. So getting your 10,000 steps a day doesn't mean that you have to go walk outside. I live in Houston, y'all. It's already like almost 100 degrees. I'm not walking outside every single day. I also don't want to be stuck on my walking pad for hours at a time. Typically, if you're going to walk it straight, most people would have to walk 90 minutes to 2 hours in order to get their 10,000 steps in all at once. I will say doing it in clumps matters because that's when your heart gets pumping and your body is starting to react to it. But they don't have to be long chunks. Like literally just pick portions of the day. Do your morning walk, make it productive. Do your errand walk in the middle of the day. Obviously, if you have a different work situation from me, you may not be able to do an errand in the middle of a day, but just take one of the other things, do a longer dance break, or you can walk during your lunch break. Like basically just make it work for you and start taking those baby steps to move your body. I promise with these like few simple tweaks, you are going to have much healthier habits. Your energy is going to be much higher and your mood is going to be lifted. And if you are someone who's working on a weight loss, this is going to make a big difference. I'm at the point where I am combining my workouts with my walking, but if you simply want to start with walking, start there. Doing a little bit more is better than doing nothing at all. Your body will thank you, your mind will thank you, and you will see the results that you set out to achieve. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I will see you next week for week 8, and we'll see what we're covering during this 12-week year series. Bye.